So we've seen recently, if you haven't yet already, that Wayfair has been found to have had items listed, like different pieces of furniture and pillows and um, kind of mundane stuff listed on their site for sale for tens of thousands of dollars, like a regular cabinet, just a plain gray cabinet selling for like $12,000. And people are questioning this and being like, what's the deal here? And it gets really weird, um, because some of the cabinets are named, like named human names, which draws into question of like, what kind of world is this? And as soon as enough attention was drawn to it and people were questioning why, it was trending on Twitter. Wayfair removed all of these prices, and fact checkers, came out quickly and started debunking everything and saying, like Wayfair wasn't selling these things at crazy prices. Or they say that the prominent fact checkers I've seen have said that Wayfair was selling industrial items and that's why the prices were so high. But if anything, like industrial prices would be lower. Well, I mean, I get the point, but like, even if these things were made of solid gold, it, I don't think they would be priced this high. So it just, it draws into question of like, what kind of world is this exposing? And a lot of people are um, speculating that this is concerning human trafficking, and it's a weird and wacky rabbit hole to go down. Um, but they're definitely selling something that they don't want to be exposed, because it's insane the amount of just counter message that's come out about it. Fact checkers, they really don't want you looking into this. And this is kind of what I've hinted at or talked about previously, is like this whole world of human trafficking exists, um, and it has existed for a long time, and the internet is a very easy way to transact these kind of um, nasty things. And you know like another example, like when you look into it, another way that these people sell humans is through art galleries as well. That's another very effective way. No one's going to question who's buying what at what prices. No one questions why things are priced so high. um, and I think we're just going to continue to see more and more examples of how this world um, has been hidden in plain sight for so long. Um, and it's not just Wayfair. We've seen listings on Amazon and eBay and Etsy and a whole bunch of other online retailers, um, where things are listed for crazy amounts of money. And if it's not human trafficking, there's also we know that China has a lot of organ harvesting as well, and we've seen examples of like a book on Amazon about organ harvesting selling for like $900. It's like, is that really for the book, or are you buying an illegally uh, an illegal organ? Because transplants are really really hard to get in the U.S. People have to often wait in lines for sometimes years in order for them to get a good organ, a legal organ transplant. But you go to China, or you find a way to get one from China, and it's like same day. People fly to China and they get immediate organ transplants. Why do you think that is? Why do you think China has I mean, it's so hard to find information out about China, but what we do know is they have tons of labor camps. They have tons of, um, yeah, I mean, they specifically target a lot of times Falun Gong practitioners because Falun Gong is a spiritual practice in China where they do a lot of sort of like Tai Chi movements and anyway, they're very healthy. Like Falun Gong practitioners are very healthy, and Falun Gong is also very illegal in China too. Um, so they capture people who practice Falun Gong, and people who want organs actually specifically ask for Falun Gong practitioner organs because they're healthier. And this is all stuff that you can find out. Like, I don't know. It's a dark world um, that's being exposed, and it's constantly being brushed off as conspiracy theory by the media, which is very telling. But do some digging yourself. Like the information is out there, and it's going to continue to be exposed. But it's very telling when the media is trying to get you to not look at it. Like, what are they trying to hide? And I believe it's because they're complicit and they're involved, and they don't want any of this getting out. Because this whole, as I've said before, the only way that for a world like this to exist is with complicit activity from the media, from law enforcement, from politicians, world leaders. They have to know about it to some extent or another, or be participants in. And as this kind of stuff continues to unfold, um, just remember to pace yourself with it, because it is really uncomfortable to kind of discover and see and look into. But the longer that we take to kind of confront this issue, the longer that it will continue. And I would really like to be a part of. I would like to be a part of the generation that ends human trafficking, that ends all of this kind of disgusting behavior. But the only way we do that is if we confront it. So I'm going to continue doing my part to spreading that message and getting the word out there, even if it's uncomfortable for me, or even if it's uncomfortable for others to see. And as always, I'm willing to talk about it, go over it with anybody if anyone's got questions or any particular issues they want to go over. But it's important that we, I don't know, keep this dialogue going and keep this conversation going, because again, this world exists and it has existed for a long time, but we're just now starting to see it. Anyway, love y'all, and I'll talk to you next time.